I don't talk about this part usually, but every sniper has something he was aiming toward before he learned to aim away. I found you in a frequency I wasn't tuned to find, a signal breaking through the static at the back of my mind. You were clarity in chaos, you were order in the wreckage. Every word you said a coordinate, a landmark, a message. I memorized your patterns like a language I've been missing, like a soldier memorizing exits. But this time I was listening, not for danger, for the opposite, for something close to safe. For the first time in a long time, I forgot about the chase. Forgot the names, forgot the maps, forgot the crosshair, forgot the scope, forgot the 13 reasons I've been teaching myself not to hope. You were warm inside a winter, I'd accept it as my weather. You were the exception to the principle that nothing lasts forever. So I told myself, or so I needed to believe. I built a world around a signal I was destined to misread. I thought the transmission was a truth, it was a frequency that bends in every signal. Given distance, given time, attends its end. Then something shifted, gradual, the way a city changes. You don't notice till you're standing in a street that rearranges every memory you'd filed under permanent and mine. And suddenly the map you drew no longer fits the lines. I kept transmitting, you stopped receiving, or you heard, but chose the silence over answering each unreturned word. A small erosion, not a flood, the kind that takes a decade, the kind that leaves you standing in the ruins of a landscape you've been building since before you understood what you were building. A home inside a person, that's the oldest form of gilding your own vulnerability in something you call love. But love don't come with warranties, and love don't come with enough. Warning for the moment when the signal starts to fracture, when the voice that used to ground you becomes static in the rafters, when you're reaching through the noise for something that's no longer there, just the echo of a frequency dissolving in the air.
Signal lost,
I've been calling through the dark.
signal lost,
The transmission missed its mark. I loved you like a country that was never really mine. Built a flag, learned the anthem, drew the border, drew the line.
signal lost,
Because it wasn't just you, let me be precise about the grief. It was everything you carried, every symbol, every belief that I'd attached to you. The way your exile maps his homeland, on a face, on a voice, on a touch, the contraband of memory and longing that he smuggles through the border of his new and foreign life, trying desperately to order all the fragments into something that resembles where he's from. You were Cairo in the winter, you were a specific drum pattern that my father played on feast days before everything dissolved into the modern and the practical and the suffering of ordinary men who trade their frequency for function, who silence their own signal at the traffic light, the junction between who they were becoming and who the world required. I refused that trade for years, and then I just got tired, and I loved you with the last reserve of everything unbroken. And you left and took the frequency and left the channel open. I still check sometimes, late when the city's quiet enough to hear the static. Not hoping, just a habit. The way you check a door you know is locked, not because you think it's open, because you remember when it was.
signal lost,
I've been calling through the dark.
signal lost,
Transmission missed its mark. I loved you like a country that was never really mine. Built a flag, learned the anthem, drew the border, drew the
signal
line.
lost,
But here's what no one tells you about losing the signal. The silence that replaces it becomes its own ritual, becomes the space where you rebuild the frequency from scratch, not tuned to someone else's voice, your own. And that dispatch is cleaner than the one before. No interference, no dependence, no mistaking someone's warmth for your own transcendence. I loved you real, I loved you full, I loved you without armor. And I do it again, not because I'm a romantic martyr, but because a man who's closed his frequency to feeling is just another system running functional but feelingless, moving through the world but never actually arriving, protecting everything he's built by slowly stop surviving. So I grieve you without shame, I grieve you like the country, I grieve the version of myself that thought that love was lucky rather than a choice you make each morning in the mirror. And I'm making it again. The signal's low but getting clearer.